Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Xiaomi Mix 4, which is a Chinese phone and is not available in the Western world. To get my hands on this device, I purchased it through Giztalk a good 12 months ago from the publication date of this video. Wow, how time flies. At the time, I purchased it for, if I'm not mistaken, around $700 for the 256GB model. The purpose of today's video is not to run through all of the technical details and bore you to death, but just to give you an overview of what it's been like using this device over the last 12 months. Obviously, I have covered this device in a separate video. I've done a review on it, which is on my channel if it's of interest to you. Also, in today's video, I like to give a balanced review when I'm doing all my reviews, is to also let you know the likes and the dislikes, and if it's something you're looking to pick up, maybe on the second-hand market, because I don't believe Giztalk sell this anymore. Hopefully after this video you can be better informed, or maybe you're just curious about this device. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is start off with what I found one of the most impressive things about this device, and that is the unboxing, which, by the way, Google, Apple and Samsung really need to take note of. This is the outer box that the device came in. Lifting the lid, you get this thin piece of cardboard with some inscription on it, and beneath that you get the device itself. Underneath the device you get these 3 further boxes containing the following items. So for example, with the case, the TPU case, it is currently on the device, which is excellent. And just to show, this is a premium packaging. You can lift this up like this, and if we just take a look there, you can see the inscription. Beautiful, and it's on all of the 3 boxes. Of course, I could not resist by showing you the box that the Type-C charging cable came in, and also this SIM tool ejector and the piezo resistance. Xiaomi even provided the dongle, meaning if you got a pair of 3.5mm headphones, you can plug it in here, and this end will go into the bottom of the Xiaomi Mix 4. This is excellent. When I ordered the Xiaomi Mix 4 from Giztalk, they were fully aware that this 120 watt charging brick is not ideal for the UK. So what did they do? In addition to everything, they also sent me this adapter with this 3-pin plug, which sits perfectly at the bottom like that, ready for use. When it comes to the cameras on this device, I have to say it does take some glorious photos and videos, and I have covered them in various videos on my channel, so you can view those at your leisure. So I'll just do very brief run through. Obviously you've got the 20 megapixel front facing camera, and then on the back obviously you've got the 108 megapixel main camera, and also you have an ultra wide and a telephoto periscope camera on the back there. So whilst here, just brief run through. Obviously you've got I'll go into the more section in a moment. So you see photo, video, you've got your pro, so you can do some changes there. And at the top there, it says there, look, you can do the 108 pixel, it's great. And then, so whilst we're here, let's just take a photo so you can see it for yourself. Quality, let's try that. Bam. Okay, so let's have a look at that photo, and I think you agree with me that the quality there is really good. Yeah, great detail, really nice. Okay, so you won't be disappointed at all. Okay, so now let's go, obviously, let's show you something in the video, obviously in the video mode. So you can obviously, with the, obviously on the rear facing camera, you can shoot 4K up to 60 frames per second, and you can also shoot in 8K up to 24 frames per second. Now, what I will say is that because this device doesn't have expandable storage, if you shoot in 8K, in fact, if you shoot even in 4K, you're going to eat up the storage of your device very quickly. And again, if you're not aware, 8K footage, they create large files, so you need to be careful, otherwise it'll just eat up your internal storage of your device. Okay, so let's move on. You've got portrait. Now you've got more here, so it's great. You've got night, you've got short video, panorama, which is really good. Movie effects, haven't used all of these features, but yeah, so you've got a wild choice there. Now so you can tap on there, you can have it in those big icons you want. Now, the only feature that was missing from this is there is no macro. So that's but again, if you take up, as you saw, if you take a photo close up, I think you'll get that will compensate for it. So again, there's no macro option on here whatsoever. So that's pretty much that. Now, what I will say is, when it comes to the front-facing under display camera, I have to say the quality was not the greatest, because you can only shoot up video up to a maximum of, if my memory serves me right, up to 1080p at I think 30 frames per second, thereabout. But what I want to do is just show you the quality of the front facing camera, and I took two separate videos. There's this one here, I won't play them all to bore you, so I'll just play this one with some sound, and then you can get a feel of you can see the quality for yourself. So 3, 2, 1, go. Here's another footage using the front facing camera. What I'm going to do is just spin around so you can judge the quality for yourself. I have come out of the sun, so maybe that may help the quality of the footage, but you can judge for yourself. So that was that. Yes, again, that wasn't just a one-off, because as I said here, in fact, let me show it to you since we're here. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm now filming using the 20 megapixel under display front facing camera, and over the past 4 months I have struggled to get a tune out of this front facing camera, and it's a real shame that you can only record up to a maximum of 1080p at 30 frames per second. Whilst the technology may be brilliant, I have to say the quality has been substandard. So there you go. So again, it's a disappointment. Again, it would have been nice if Xiaomi offered 4K for the under display camera. As I mentioned earlier, I purchased this device from Giztalk, and one of the beauties with Giztalk is that they always pre-install their devices with the Google Play Store, meaning you have access to all your apps, games, books, etc. And I can honestly say, in the last 12 months that I've had this device, all my apps have been working, none of them have let me down whatsoever. So that's further reassurance if you were thinking of going down that route. Me personally, I prefer to go through this route. Just before we move on, I do want to go back to the camera app, because there was a feature in there that I missed out. So if we go back into the more section, scroll up a bit, see you've got those 4 options: Supermoon, Multicam, Clone and Edit. And I do want to draw your attention to the Multicam option, because as you can see, you've got a choice of 6 camera options which you can film with. But the key thing to note is that you can only ever use 2 cameras at any one time. And look at the options there. So see, you got it 1 times, 5 times. You see the front camera there. You got 0.5, which is definitely ultra wide, 2 times and 10 times zoom. So that's a really useful feature, I have to say. And then obviously once you complete, you can just tap on the cross there. Okay, one of the obviously the main reason for buying this device is for that under display camera, because I do watch a lot of content on my devices and I cannot stand that punch hole. Now, as you can see, it's not visible. The only indication you'll get that it's there is if I bring it close there. So you'll see there's a screen protector just right there. If that wasn't there, you would never know it was there. And it's just fantastic. Again, when watching content, but whilst we're here, let's just take it to YouTube. Let's give it a little demonstration. Oh, let's see what we have here. So yeah, I just see, it's yeah, one of the best purchases that I've made for sure. So that's that there, and then obviously if I want to zoom out, look at that. That is truly bezel-less. It really is. You're not gonna beat that. This is how most devices for me should be. I guess for it's personal preference. For many people, punch holes are fine. What I cannot stand is the notch on the Apple iPhones. And believe it or not, I love Apple phones. I always had them from the 3GS right up on 3GS right up until the 6S Plus. After that, then I switched over to Samsung devices. And again, I'm not a fan of even the punch holes, but I'll take that. But the notch, and then for me, made worse by the dynamic island. No, that's for me. That even cuts into the viewing of content or gaming. So I don't know. But again, it's personal preference. But yeah, this is how I like my devices to be for sure. This is a dream. This is a dream come true. And I believe the other device that was came close to this. I think it's the Axon ZTE, something like that. But this one, yeah, just takes it to a new level. It really is fantastic. I can't deny it at all. In terms of weight, I don't know, because I've gotten used to it. This is what, 225 grams. And that's because obviously it's made of obviously Corning Gorilla Glass Victus on the front, aluminium on the sides, and obviously it has ceramic back. So I guess that adds to the weight. But again, because I've used it for the last year, I don't notice any difference. Obviously you've got that big camera bump there. No big deal for me. Now, the other thing you have to wear with this device is that it is a fingerprint magnet. Look at that. I mean, that's just terrible. Now, maybe because I purchased this one, this black one. Had I gone, I think, because they've got other colors, I think they have it in white and grey. So maybe those would be okay. But you can see it. There's no disguising it. It is a fingerprint magnet. In fact, there were 2 reasons why I went for this black option. One, it was the cheapest out of the 3 colors, and then again, still $700. That's a lot of money. And then the other reason was that I like the idea that I can see myself. So let's say I've got a hot date. Not even that, I've just got to go meet someone. The last thing I want to look in, not realizing, I can quickly check myself, make sure that I haven't got any boogers hanging out my nose, or just big spot on my forehead. And yeah, so those are the 2 reasons why I went for this one. I like this mirror effect. Go into settings, and in case you didn't know, I love it. Look at this. You've got dual SIM there. What else can I show you whilst we're here? Oh yes, wallpapers. You get quite a substantial amount of wallpapers here. Oh, it's just too many to go through. But again, you can rifle through these. Look at that. And then most of these are, a lot of them are free, so you wouldn't need to panic at all. So again, plenty of choice, and they're very nice. And they've got some dynamic ones which are effectively like live wallpapers. So that's, yeah, it's something to look into if it's your thing. Another good thing to note as well, you get your, so in terms of biometrics, obviously, so you got, look at that, got 4 options: screen lock, fingerprint, face unlock, and then with the Bluetooth device. So I think that's really cool. Also, the other thing I wanted to show you here is the battery. I have to say the battery on this is really good. Just be mindful when you use the ultra battery saver, it will just shut off some of the other high using apps. And the other thing to note as well is, say for example this is at 100%. 100% will give you, sort of just give you about 23 hours of battery usage. And then if at 100%, if you were to turn on the ultra battery saver, that would take it up to what, 76 hours and 30 minutes. But again, when you've got a device that you can charge from, for me, from 1% to 100% in 20 odd minutes, that's incredible. I mean, you literally can wake up in the morning, this battery can be the battery can be low, and I guarantee by the time you have showered, by the time you showered and dressed, never mind have breakfast, by the time you showered and dressed, this thing will be back to 100%. So I have to be honest, it's very no, in fact, there's never been a day where I've had it 100%, gone out, whatever, and then needed to take the charger with me to charge it during the day. Not at all, not in the slightest. So again, that is fantastic. Can't fault it at all. Yeah. So what else? Yep. So I think all the other stuff pretty much self-explanatory. Got some great stuff. Yes, wanted to show you this one here. Additional features, so you got these here. I like this obviously screen recorder, blah blah blah. I like this quick ball here, and in fact I've got it set up already, so I'll show you so the quick ball just definitely allows you to have certain functions as well. And in here, okay, not there, okay, I'll just come back. So the quick ball is on. I'll show you very shortly. I just want to blah 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 blah. Yep, you have, in fact, let me just go back. So let me show you 2 things. So this is the quick ball here. You can move that. You can't see that, but yeah, so you can move it anywhere along the device. But I've got it on this side here. So if I just tap on it here, so it allows me to perform some quick functions. In fact, when it does when it does decide to play ball. There we go. So you can do a few things, go back to the home, go to the previous page, and this one I like as well, this one with the scissors here. Just tap on that, takes a screenshot, and then you can send it to someone, so it's gone saved. The other thing I like as well, so on this side, so you've got your side panel here. Again, you can add or remove as you see fit, so that's pretty cool. Do like that. So again, this is a really good device. The other thing I like about this device as well is that you have something called Second Space, which is very similar to Samsung's Secure Folder. Now, what I will say is that the Second Space on this device is flawless. It is flawless. It is nothing like the Secure Folder on the Samsung device, because that Secure Folder on the Samsung device, it has been causing no end of problems. I've made 2 separate videos on it, and that one of them's been going around for well over, I think maybe definitely over a year, probably 18 months. And till today, people are still telling me they're having issues with it. But once I've tried out the second space on this, oh my God, there's just been no issues whatsoever. Having owned and used this device for the last 12 months, I have to say, it has not let me down when it comes to the hardware or the software. Everything has been fantastic. But what I'm going to do now is just touch on some of the dislikes about this device, some things I've discovered in the 12 months that I've owned it. So starting off with the NFC. So when I turn on NFC, so I can make contactless payments. So you see, so I can use the contactless payments, and then you see, so it's been on Google Pay from the very outset with it, when I purchased this device. Now, what I did notice, if I let you see that, so you can see that, yeah, so you see that, so it's on Google Pay there. What I did notice was that while that was set on, but when I went to the stores on at least 3 separate occasions, 3 different stores, the Google Pay option did not work. And I did mention this in some of the comments, the feedback that I had, and some people said that there's a workaround. Again, I'm not clever enough to do all the workaround. Me, I like to be able to just have the device, activate the function, and then it should work. So again, I couldn't get it to work, but some people say they can. Again, I thought, again, like I always try to do, give a balanced review, not just give you all the glossy stuff and disappear. But I like to also give you some of the shortcomings. Again, this may be a deal breaker for somebody, especially if they want it as their main device. But for me, it's not a deal breaker because it's not my main daily driver, so to speak. So yeah, so then that doesn't work at all. At least for me. The other issue, again, it's not a major issue, but again, I think I demonstrated it earlier, is that within the camera mode, you do not have the camera. What am I talking about? You do not have the macro option. You do not have that at all within the camera settings here. But again, it's not a deal breaker, as I demonstrated earlier. You can just take a photo. There you go. Look at that. Take a photo like that. Boom. I think that's close enough. Have a look at that. Yeah, that will suit me to the ground. No issues there. Again, it's just something I noticed. It's not a deal breaker. Obviously, the other thing that, again, I knew this one before I purchased the device, is that you do not have expandable storage, which is a real shame. It really is, because you'll be, taking photos and videos and so forth, and the mere fact you do not have expandable storage. So you come here, look at this, look, you can see that. Oh look, this is nothing. Look at this, I like this. Nice little effect there. So look at that, from 256 gigabytes there. Well, I've used 106 now, so I've probably got about 80 something left, if that. And then what you can do, just tap on that like that, and then you get that nice effect there. So again, yeah, I'm not happy. Oh, in fact, yeah, so there you go. It tells you at the top there what one is used and what is left. So again, I'm not happy at the fact that I do not have expandable storage. And again, as I mentioned earlier, you shoot it in 8K, they create larger files, it just eat up your storage. So I'm not happy with this. And again, it's not just Xiaomi that's guilty of this. Samsung, Google, Apple, everyone's moving away from expandable storage, and I think that's not good, especially when you're paying a lot of money for these devices. And again, with the tough economic climate that we're in, high cost of inflation, food, fuel, mortgage rates on the increase. I think you should have expandable storage. The only company I believe does expandable storage is Sony with the Xperia phones. In fact, I've got one. Have I got one? No, as I look to my left and right, no. I've got yeah. You should have expandable storage. The only thing that has expandable storage, well, my daily driver that has expandable storage is my Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Oh my god, that phone for me is a godsend because I can shoot videos, take videos as much as I like without worrying about the internal storage. So again, that's a big issue. And if you watch any of my other videos on some of my on the other phones I covered, it's a point that that I do label a lot. You know, and I'm a great believer. If we don't discuss these things, who knows? Maybe Samsung or whoever, they may watch and oh, you know what? Maybe we saw this Solitech. This guy is quite vociferous. We can see the point he's making. You know what? Maybe we should be giving back to the customer. So if we don't talk about it, then these companies just think it's the norm, but it shouldn't be. Give the expandable storage. Again, paying a lot of money for these devices. Who has money to be changing their phones every year? You know, like it's not the way to go. So again, I digress a little bit. Okay, so no expandable storage. So that for me should be an option. Again, as I mentioned before, the other downside with this device is that the quality of the photos and videos taken with that 20 megapixel under display camera. Because again, I showed you 2 videos earlier. Here we go. Right, I wanted to show you a photo. So this will demonstrate. Can I get that a bit larger? Okay, I'll try that. Okay, so obviously, as you can see, this was using the Xiaomi Mix 4, and if you hopefully I'm capturing this on the footage. So where I've circled above my head there, the quality, you know, just is too grainy. It doesn't capture it very well. And then even if you look along here and here's, you're losing a lot of detail. Yeah, and I just, that's not good. That is not good. Let me see if I can zoom closer. You see that? You lose the quality. What I should have done was taken the same photo with another camera so you can see, but I can tell with my naked eye that yeah, you lose a lot of quality at the back there. So again, real shame, because again, really good device, and I think Xiaomi should have at least offered 4K. So again, whilst the technology of the under display camera is fantastic, I really love the way it's discreet there, but as you can see from here, yeah, it just doesn't come out very well at all. Yeah, very disappointing. So hopefully if they come out, I don't know, with a Mix 5 or 6, they can improve the quality of that under display camera. But again, I give them credit, at least they tried. But yeah, for this not good at all. One thing I have noticed over the last 6 months, and this only happens when I go into my YouTube Studio app, and that, as you can see, is that the writing looks like it's slightly misaligned, so you are missing the bottom. And I should emphasize, it only happens within the audience section. All the other sections within the YouTube Studio app work perfectly. And I've even uninstalled and reinstalled the app on numerous occasions, and the result is still the same. Just before wrapping up this video, I do want to show you the charging animation on both the Xiaomi Mix 4 and the Google Pixel 6 Pro. So keep your eye on the screen as I put the charging cable in here. Okay, right, now it's in. There you go. If you blinked, you definitely missed it. Now let's compare it to the charging animation on the Xiaomi Mix 4. So keep your eye on the screen here, and there you go. I don't think I need to say any more. Well, that was the Xiaomi Mix 4, which I have owned and used now for the last 12 months, and I've had no real issues with it. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for this episode. My name is Shola. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in another episode. Ciao.